Well, we're at another night, another dive. Here with Jetthro. What's up, guys? What's up, YouTube? My God. It's a late night. It is September 12th at 1 a.m. Let me make sure. Okay. September 12th, 1 a.m. in the morning. And here I am, doing another dive. I am Jetthro. This is day 58 of my 100-day challenge, in which I am documenting and journaling my day and my brain and just trying to help my mental health and just document, just really get things out. Just make it so I don't have to worry about things. I'm in a tough spot. It's tough. This is the grind, I think. And the topic of the day is positive mental attitude, PMA. I saw it from a solar guy who goes door to door. Says he's got to keep his PMA up. Positive mental attitude at all times. And just trying to incorporate that in my life. Yeah, so I'll explain that. I'll kind of dive into it real quick. But before I do that, I'm just going to stick to my format, do some gratitude. Let's see. Yeah, do some gratitude. Sorry, it's a little bit of a mess. Starting to work through it, though. But I'll do some gratitude and a quick mantra, and then I'll dive into it real fast. It's 1 in the morning, so I'm really going to be so quick. Actually, this time. So, gratitude. What am I grateful for? I am grateful for the opportunities I have. I have a chance to sell some solar, help some people, save a ton of money on their electric bill, and help the environment at the same time, and help me make some money at the same time. I have a chance to do it, and I am willing myself to it. And, just to have the chance, the opportunity, is something that I'm definitely grateful for. Mantra, huh? It's hard. It's hard. Doing what I just said with gratitude is hard. It's tough. It's not easy. Some people make it seem easy. Some people make it look really fucking easy. And maybe one day I will get there. But in the meantime, even when I get to where it looks easy, it's still going to be difficult. It still is a challenge. Doing anything every single day is a challenge. So just preparing for that. Now, on to the topic real fast. PMA, positive mental attitude. Just having, it's the self-talk. It's the self-talk. When I got into another sit today where I sat with someone for about an hour and a half. He's had a couple quotes already. And I feel like I did the presentation so well. I presented so well. And I got through everything so well. And he was really nice and sitting there and listening, and he didn't really push. He did a little. He had a couple things, and I was able to say, I'll get there, essentially. And, he's gotten a couple quotes, and, It's been over like a year. He got his first one, so he wants solar. But it got down to it's where I'm struggling the most is at the end when someone has an objection or something that comes up, and I have to work through that with them. I kind of freeze up, and I just kind of roll over. I'm like, oh, okay, well, makes sense. I'll get out of here. Almost. Like, I can work through it somewhat, but I always fall back on some things. So I did improve on this one. I worked through more. I feel like every time I get into a sit, I'm able to chip away and work more and more and more. But I don't know what happened with the first, sale I got. I don't know what happened between there and now, and my brain just shuts off. I don't know what's going on. Maybe overthinking it, but the positive mental attitude is like all the self-talk that I'm having every time I like leave an appointment is all negative. It's all like I feel like a failure. I feel embarrassed. I feel almost shame that I couldn't sit there and work through every problem with them and help them get, because like I said, this guy clearly wants solar, and I couldn't sit there and help. I couldn't sit there and solve the problem with him. Not fully. I did somewhat, but that's not good enough. And it's just all these negative emotions, and that's all I'm talking on the way home. That's what it's been. And then it slowly comes around, and I'm like, I have to take the positives away from this. What did I learn from this? How can I improve, and how can I be better? And just shutting the negative self-talk off is huge, And it's hard, though, too. It's hard. And keeping a positive attitude that's hard. Because we're wired negatively. We're just, I feel like everyone is. Or most people, at least. Like, initially, like, we're wired negatively, but it's choosing to be positive. It's like choosing to be, like, you get to shut that part of your brain off, not listen to it, and then you get to choose to be happy or positive or whatever. And that's where I feel like I'm at. That's where I feel like I'm trying to get to, and it's hard, but I almost didn't do this stream because I've spent the last couple hours making flashcards for objections. And I know I can't like handle every single thing that comes up with someone, but at least having some rebuttals and having something in place is going to be really helpful. Because right now I don't have anything for that in place. Like, if you go back to my initial streams from when I first started this job, it was my attitude was, I'm just gonna, whatever they have a proven method, so whatever they say is what I'm gonna say. They say do this, I'm doing that. They take a breath this way, I'm gonna take a breath this way. If they sneeze, I'm gonna sneeze. Like, whatever they're doing, I'm gonna do. But they only gave me up to the pitch. Like, that was it. And so what they said was, if you do the pitch right, you're not going to get any objections when it comes to showing them the numbers, and they'll just want to sign up. And I have technically sold 2 people. One didn't qualify. That was yesterday. He wanted solar, but he wanted 31 panels, which is a lot of panels. He wanted 31 and 2 huge trees removed. And he said, sign me up. He just didn't qualify. But even he had some objections. The other guy I sold to, I had to work through objections with him at the end. He was like, I got to talk to my parents, and I got to talk to my friend before I do this. And I was like, I think I literally just ignored it and said, like, is it because of the debt you have? And I think that's what got him. Because he can wipe out a lot of his debt with the tax credit that the government gives back. Anyway, my point is that they told me that if I do the pitch right, then I'm not going to have any objections. But I've had objections at the end every single time. Every single person's got to think about it. Every single person doesn't want to take a loan out. Every single person, it's too expensive. Every single person's already got another quote, and we're way too high in comparison. And, maybe I'm doing something wrong in the pitch. I don't feel like I am. I really don't feel like I am. But maybe I am. And I just have to improve it. I don't know. I felt really calm and collected and really there today at the one tonight. I felt really solid. I felt really solid. And then he showed me a quote from Blue Raven, actually last year. He got a quote from Blue Raven, and I was at a pretty high price ish. Like, I gave myself a little buffer room, but it was like $10,000 more for ours than what Blue Raven did. And it threw me off because going back to it, we haven't really gone through like how to handle objections. Like we're starting to. But like what I'm saying is like they had a formula for the training for the pitch. They're like, okay, this is how we do the pitch. And you come in 9 to noon, and we'll Monday through Friday, and this is what you're supposed to say in the pitch. Okay, great. Roger that. Done. But they haven't had any kind of structure on like how to handle objections. And I don't know if that's like a typical sales job or what. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't really get that at my other solar sales job in Dallas. The two of them, actually. Both of them. I don't know. I don't know. At Blue Raven setting, they at least had some training. But even then, like they at least initially trained for the objections. I bet I kind of figured it out. So maybe that's just not a thing. Maybe you're just expected to know how to handle objections, which seems crazy to me. Like, because I know if I were on the other end of sitting through a solar presentation, I would, no matter what they did, I would be like, well, I got to think about it. Or like, dude, that is a pretty high price. Like, whoa. Chances are pretty high at least. I don't know. So anyway, I'm kind of frustrated. I'm kind of frustrated. 'Cause I want this. I want to do this. Again, I'm trying to keep my positive mental attitude up and try to just like improve day by day. They're there to help me. They're there to help. They have made that pretty clear. Like, I went in for some additional training today. I'll probably bring my kid in tomorrow and do the same thing, and you know, all that shit. But I just wish they had like a, you know, like a similar thing, like 2 weeks of like here's week 1 of pitch. Like, here's a pitch. Here's week 2 of objection handling if you feel like you need it. Like, this is how you handle what they say when they get, like, I gotta think about it. Or I gotta fucking this, or I gotta fucking that. They, you know. Because then I would be like, you know, okay, roger that. If I hear this, I will say this. It's just tough. I don't know, it's tough. Everyone handles objections differently, I guess. Maybe that's why there's no structure on it, ever. They did... So what I was doing the last couple hours is they did send a sheet. They sent a file, and it's one file within, like, another file of 15. And it's how to handle objections. And there's, like, 50 objections in there. And they're all from this one guy that I actually follow on YouTube, who I actually like a lot. So it's kind of nice. So what I did was I just wrote out as many objections as I've heard and put them on flashcards. And I'm just going to plow through them, I guess. But I feel like I've just wasted a lot of time. I'm trying not to get negative. But I feel like I have just wasted a lot of time. Like, I've wasted maybe... I'm approaching 2 weeks at this point. This Saturday, if I don't get a sale by this Saturday, it'll be 2 weeks without a sale. Which I've been hoping to get at least one per week. So, I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I guess I do know what I'm doing wrong. I just got to improve. So, at the end of the day, I just have to listen. Like, at the end of the day, listening to my brain and keeping the positive side of it is the most important part. Because, like I said, I've been in solar for a long time, but I haven't been in solar, like, sales, really. I mean, I kind of have, but I want to do this because there's too many wins, if you will. There's too many, like, it is saving homeowners money. There's too much government help. There's too much help from this in Virginia. There's too much help from the state. This company gives help too, financially. Like, there's too many reasons financially to not go solar just with those three. And then the aspect of it just makes sense for homeowners. For the environment, it just makes sense. Like, it's not contributing to carbon dioxide getting into the air and methane and, you know, whatever. It's just not contributing to toxins getting released into the air in which we breathe. Win. Especially with my kid. My kid's going to grow up in this world. And if we don't create a clean air environment, what are we doing? Put solar on your roof. And it's a win for me, because for me and my family, we make money. It's just too many wins across the board. And I just have to keep that in mind, I think. I just have to keep the positivity in mind. Like, people are going solar. They're doing it tons of people are doing it every day for good reason. Right? Yeah, just got to keep that mentality. I think that applies to anything, though. That really applies to anything. Like anything you're doing, or anything that anything, again, discipline. Like anything that you're doing, or anything that's hard, or anything that's difficult. Like, I think the only way is to not listen to the negativity, not listen to the self-doubt, and just keep a positive mental attitude. I don't know. It's easier said than done, but at least I'm recognizing it. So anyway, I'm going to go to bed now. I've talked way too long, I know. It's 1:15 now, so that's fun. So hopefully my kid sleeps tonight so I can get some sleep. Good night, everybody. Start journaling if you haven't already. If you're here watching this in the future or whatever, just start journaling. Just do it. It's so good. It is so good for my brain. I sleep so well. All right. Good night. Be safe. Love you guys. See you later. Namaste.